In 1431, Joan of Arc, dubbed the Maid of Orléans, rode into Rouen as a victorious heroine. By the end of that same month, she was dead. As a peasant's daughter, she'd grown up tending sheep and listening to stories of saints. At 17, she felt God call to her. She rallied a nation, lifting the Siege of Orléans and anointing King Charles VII in Reims. Yet her success created envy and fear amongst men. She was captured by Burgundian allies, who were Frenchmen, which means she was betrayed by her own people and sold to the English occupiers of Rouen. Stripped of her power and armour, she was imprisoned in a dank cell before being placed on trial. During the prosecution, theologians twisted her unshakable faith into heresy, but she defended herself with a fiery resolve. She was still found guilty. On the eve of her execution, a local priest warned, "Though flame may claim your body, a crown of roses shall bloom from these ashes." Joan smiled on hearing the words. On May 30th, dressed in a rough woolen gown, Joan was led to a scaffold in the centre of the town. The air was thick with wood smoke and the snarls of a crowd shouting for her death. As the executioner lit the wick, Joan whispered a prayer, not for mercy, but for France. Flames curled around her, and her final words carried on the wind to the crowd, "Jesus, Jesus." But here's the weird part. As her body was consumed by the blaze, onlookers gasped. The smoke lifted into a perfect arc, framing the cathedral spire behind the pyre. 2 days later, Charles VII entered Reims as king, just as the priest had foretold. Over the decades, miracles were reported at her death site, and in 1920, Joan was canonised, which is nice, although I'm sure she would have preferred not to have burned.